Okay, so welcome to Empowered Elites Team Call for February 28th. I have a bunch of announcements to cover before I kind of dive into what this Basics Are Badass Challenge is all about and why I created it. So the first thing is that this is the last day to have people benefit from the $10 off challenge pack sales. So if you're feeling chipper and you still haven't locked in Success Club, do some follow-ups tonight after the call. People can still partake in that opportunity to get $10 off challenge packs, which I think is awesome. And it's sometimes a nice little incentive to get people started. So the next thing, if you didn't see it in the team page and you are going to attend Summit, which I hope everybody is, but is the Success Club party. And the Success Club parties at Summit are so much fun. They're typically pretty small and exclusive, and it's really awesome when we have a bunch of our teammates there, and you typically get to bring a guest. So in past years, people that didn't get off the list were able to go with someone that did earn the party. But I definitely think everyone should gun for that goal if you are coming to Summit. So for that, it means that you have to hit Success Club in March and April, both, with a combined 20 Success Club points. So meaning you could hit Success Club 6 in March and then 14 in April, or 10 and 10, however that's going to work out for you. But it's a total of 20 points and hitting Success Club both in March and in April. And it looks like a really cool one this year. It's a state fair theme with a live band and fair games. So I think that'll be really fun. The next thing is the March Success Club reward is another webinar with John Cuff. I think that's how you say his name. I don't know. But he's an author, and the whole concept of the webinar is overcoming the obstacles to meet your goals. And I've heard people rave about his book because it talks about finishing the goals that you set. So keep that on your radar. The next thing is that March 1st through 31st, if you have not purchased your Summit ticket yet, or you have a coach join your team, or you have new coaches that don't really know what the heck Summit is yet, you'll definitely want to share with them and get them on board. The Summit tickets are going to be on sale for $155, which is way cheaper than when they go back to full price. So definitely take advantage of that. Have not bought yours already, or you have coaches that haven't. Guys, Summit is such a life-changing opportunity. It is like literally the must-not-miss event of the years, and the girls that have been there can totally vouch and say you have to get your butt to Summit. And not for nothing, just to simply kind of sum up what you're getting for that ticket price, they bring in speakers that you would typically probably pay $1,000 or $2,000 to go see at a normal seminar. So just the weight of what you get in personal growth and personal development training alone is worth it. But you also get to hear success tips and tricks from top coaches that talk all about everything you need to be successful in this business. And you get to meet everybody on our team and hang out in person, do live workouts with celebrity trainers. And the super workout is probably my favorite thing at like 6:30 in the morning. Everybody goes out and covers the street and sweats their ass off with all the celebrity trainers. And it's just an incredible experience that you really cannot put into words until you've experienced it yourself. And even then you probably can't. So on sale, the 1st to the 31st of March. Daily Sunshine, they're doing a promotion for Daily Sunshine starting March 1st, which is absolutely incredible because spring break for school is coming, and that's why they're kind of doing this. So Daily Sunshine is $30 off for a bag or for an auto order, which is absolutely friggin' huge. If you know people that have kids that are picky eaters, if you have kids that are picky eaters, definitely be sharing about that. The next thing that I mentioned in the team page today, I posted a graphic, but there's something new coming out. I can't believe the things that they keep coming out with to really help us maximize growth and just share everything that we have to offer beyond Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand. But there's going to be coach sampler packs available to just us as coaches. That are going to include all of the flavors of Shakeology. They're going to include 2 packets each of each flavor of Daily Sunshine. they're going to include one of the performance line bundles, and then they're also including the 10 packs of Hydrate and Energize. And just like off the top of my head, I personally order 10 packs of Hydrate and Energize every single month. And when I have a new person to welcome them, I send them a thank you letter and I send a sample of each to them. Keep in mind, these are tax write-offs for you if you're earning enough income to get a 1099. So this is an investment in your business. But basically what they're doing this for is that so you can have all of these samples. If you have a customer that's like, I don't know if I'm going to like vegan, you can send them a sample. If you have friends that are like, I have super picky kids, I don't know if they're going to drink Daily Sunshine, I don't want to order 30 days, you can send them a sample. Same thing with Performance Line. If you know people that could benefit from it, you can send them something to try. So yes, Stephanie, the Energize is a new formula, and I can post a graphic that they posted in the roundtable if you want to know why. But
I heard about it and everything. I'll be honest, I didn't know if anybody else had tried it yet, and if you actually noticed the little taste, because people were talking about it in Autumn's group.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, this morning was the first time I had the new batch, and I was kind of like, there, you could tell a difference. I didn't think you would, but you can.
I feel like mine, the one that I've been using is new because the container was a little different, but
Yes, the top was different.
I don't notice any difference in flavor.
Little different. That's why I was wondering if anybody else noticed it, or if it was all like my mental from like reading everybody saying it was going to taste different.
Because I was drinking it before I knew that it had changed, and I can't tell a difference. They switched the sugar that is in it, but it's for good reason, and it's to make it more effective and just also, I don't even know what you'd say, but more
less GMO, less
people
pesticides.
That are in the fitness world. So I'll post that in the team page if you want, so you can actually read it if you're curious. Okay, so that's Coach Sampler Packs. If you want to check that out, just check out the graphic and the information I posted in the team page about it. The next thing is we're going to do a second team-wide 80-day obsession group. I personally feel like this is the most revolutionary program that we have ever had with Beachbody in the past 4+ years of coaching. Like, I have never seen the results that I'm seeing coming from challengers and coaches, and just the experience and the time nutrition and the workouts. So we're going to do a second round of 80-day obsession team-wide. If you want to partake in helping run it, if you want to share about it and invite people to it, we're going to start prep week on the 12th and kick off the 19th. I think it would be awesome to have a bunch of us team up for this again, because it's so much better when it's high energy and a bunch of people involved. I'm absolutely loving the group we're running now, so I would like to kind of keep that energy and momentum going. And it's a perfect opportunity for us to start sharing, because people that are in our current 80-day obsession group are getting killer results and having incredible experiences. So it's easy to ask them if we can share those things, and also ask other coaches on the team that are doing this if you can share theirs as well. The next thing is our brand new coach training is going to be launching on March 5th. I'm going to be posting that in the team page tomorrow with the new link, because it's going to be an entirely new group. It's an entirely new outline, new content, new everything, revamped, kick-ass, to cover everything like Instagram stories, Instagram hashtagging, all of the things that, you know, aren't really in our original new coach training, because the way that things work has changed a little bit now. So the way we're training new coaches needed to change. So if you are a new coach, that's going to be awesome for you to be in. And if you're not, it's going to be an incredible resource for you to have for your new coaches. But what I'm going to suggest is that every single coach on the team goes through this training like you are a new coach, because it is always incredible to have reminders of the basics and what it takes. And if you've been around a while, sometimes we get stuck or stagnant with that stuff, right? Also, there's a lot of new things that are changing that we can better learn and adapt to, new skills, right? And the third point is, if you are onboarding new coaches and bringing coaches onto your team and you are plugging them into this training, you're going to be getting questions from your new coaches, and you want to be able to be in the know of what they're asking you about, and you can't know that unless you've done it yourself, right? So that is my suggestion. When I open it, make sure you get yourself in there and get your coaches in there and everybody run through that. And also because we would love feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like, what worked well, how easily it was to apply into your business, et cetera, so that we can tweak and update anything that needs to be, since this is the first run through. And it's going to be called the Ambition Academy because New Coach Boot Camp was getting kind of played out. So we'll announce that tomorrow. The last thing is that we are going to start doing coach sneak peeks twice a month instead of once a month, because I was thinking about it and I was like, coach sneak peeks, if we only do them once a month, that's only 12 times a year. And that's not enough of an opportunity to really share the coaching opportunity. And I also think that we as a team need to get stronger in our ability and confidence in sharing the opportunity just as easily as we do anything else. So I wanted to have 2 running a month so that you always have something to invite to, you always have something to share about on social media, and that it gives more coaches an opportunity to step up and speak on sneak peeks, because with only 1 a month, we only have 5 coaches from our team sharing on it. And this way we're going to have 10, slots for coaches to be able to step up and share, which helps you kind of push out of your comfort zone, learn to speak to other people about things. And it's just a great opportunity all around. So,
hey, Dana.
Yep.
With an addition of an extra one now, is there any way we can do that one maybe in the morning or something like that? Because my UK coaches are starting to grow and they've got people they want to invite to it, and it would be really cool for their people to be able to be on it live.
Okay.
Maybe one can be at night. And I think with everybody sort of focusing on the UK, maybe if we could do morning and one night.
Yep. We're going to be running these with Kathy's team. So that's something we will have to discuss, because in order for us to run an entire sneak peek, it requires at least 10 coaches running it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So in the event that we can't change the time on that, I'd be more than happy to partake with a handful of us that are wanting to do something like that, because I can easily run an event in the morning. So
okay, cool.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to write that down too. Okay.
Kelly, I'm happy to jump in on that too, as long if it's a Thursday or Friday morning.
Okay. Yeah, I've got this Sunday I'm doing one with one girl, and it doesn't feel as fun to do it with a person. So I think that the people that watch the actual coach sneak peeks live are much more apt to actually become coaches than just the one-on-one. So if anybody, I can post as well in Empowered Elite, when I have somebody from the UK, and if anybody else does, or even if you just have a US person you want to tag team with, then just let me know.
Yeah, I totally agree with the sentiment of getting people on live, because I have a couple that I've added after the fact and they're like, I only had a chance to watch 2 so far. And I'm like, come on, guys. So there is some validity to that, but we'll bring that to the table and figure out the details. Okay, and so before we get started, does anybody have recognition, shout outs, anything you want to celebrate or share before we get started?
I do. I just want to shout out Emily. She is on the call and I'm super excited because this is her first call, and she's already rocking it and doing Instagram stories and putting herself out there, which she's very hesitant to. So I'm super proud of her, and she is totally running with this. So I'm excited. I just
love it. Awesome, Emily. Welcome. I think that Maggie, you're new tonight too, aren't you? Have you been on a call yet? I don't think so. Maggie.
Who would you say?
I said Maggie.
Yeah, I was just going to say Maggie. I have 2 announcements. So Maggie, of course, Maggie is all in. She was one of our folks that just joined literally I don't know 12, 13 days ago as a BOD member, and then coach sneak peek that I did, and then signed right up, and she's already almost at Emerald, and she's rocking posting, and she is doing awesome. So I'm super excited, and she signed up for Summit. She literally is all in. So she's ready to go, and I'm loving it. And then it's early. Well, we'll find out tomorrow, but another coach on my team, Kendra, will be hitting Emerald tomorrow.
Awesome.
So super excited. Yay.
I have a quick one. My UK coach, Macarena, she's the coach since October, and just this last month just came out and was like, okay, I'm doing this. I'm going for it. I talked to her about that it was a numbers game because she didn't believe it at first. And she power houred every day, and she has like 5 enrollments sent out, and 2 of which are people who are interested in actively coaching. So
Wow.
I'm really excited for her because I want to expand out there, especially, but it's going to be really cool to see her do that now that she actually believes me that if you actually talk to people, it works. Because she didn't believe it at first. She's like, this doesn't work, but in a very like posh, perfect British accent. But now she understands and like actually believes it. So I'm excited to see when I can announce that she's an Emerald. It'll be fun.
Awesome. That's super exciting. Super exciting. And it is totally true. Hence part of why we're doing our call tonight on what we're doing it on. Does anybody else have anything they want to shout out? Hey, Katie.
I do.
How much sense is this?
Are you hearing me or no?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, I have one. She's not on, I don't think. Jess Seraphine.
Yes.
Yes, she's amazing. She
We
started coaching a little bit ago. She actually signed up and started coaching like, I don't know, maybe a year ago. And she was not really sure of herself and like didn't understand it. And now she's like, I really want to do this. Like she feels good about herself, and, you know, she's doing stuff for her, and she's just spreading love. And she's doing it. And she hit Success Club this month. Whoa. That's amazing. Her first time as a coach. So that's great. And I'm just happy for her. And so there she is.
Yay. I've noticed her back in all of the groups, and we did chat the other day. She did write me. We were chit-chatting. So super excited to have her back too. Tell her to get on next week.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. I love it. So
I have a shout out too. Sorry, I've been waiting in line.
We're busy tonight.
Dana?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if you guys could hear me.
Yep.
I just wanted to shout out to Kayla. Not only has she been like crushing her workouts and her nutrition plan and getting amazing results, she hit Success Club and is really killing it on the business side as well. So I just wanted to shout her out that like your hard work's paying off and it's phenomenal and everybody sees it. So congratulations.
Everybody sees it. And to add to that, killing Instagram stories as well. So if you are a new coach and wanting to learn how a new coach is sharing on Instagram stories, you should go follow Kayla. All right, guys. Anything else? No. Okay. All right, let's get started. So I posted in the team page probably about, I don't even know, a month ago now, of who would be down for some accountability for the basics. And I just, for one thing, I think that we are blessed with an abundance of resources, of team calls, of trainings, of all of this stuff, right? And that is such a gift and is such a blessing because a lot of teams don't have that. But with that said, is that sometimes it's like a bombardment of information to where you might be like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing anymore, right? I don't know what I should implement, what I shouldn't, what I should be doing first. And I really just wanted to bring to the surface and help everybody really focus on the basics that we've kind of been talking about since the beginning of the year, that really, really build momentum and growth and excitement in your business and just with your own energy. Because I don't know if you guys can speak to this, I'm curious, but have you ever had a month where you're like slaying it with the basics? Like you feel like you're crushing it on social media, like you're doing your invites, you're hitting Success Club, like everything is going well. Challengers have a great experience. People start to become interested in the opportunity and you're just like high on life for this opportunity, right? Can everybody relate to that? And then you have those months where you're procrastinating and you're self-doubting and you're swirling in circles and you don't know what you should be doing and everything feels like a struggle and everybody says no to you and it just feels hard and it sucks, right? Yeah, everybody knows what that feels like too. So the whole concept of me creating this Basics Are Badass challenge is because I really, really, really want to help everybody just have fun and stay engaged with the things that help you have that high energy, that love, that passion, that purpose, that excitement, that momentum, and that energy for your business. So I took some time. I printed out a ton of trackers. I wrote down things that I do daily. And I came up with this long list of things that I feel like right now are the most relevant and important things. And this, just like I, kind of shared the sentiment about updating our new coach training, now with, the focus being on branching into Instagram and Instagram stories and hashtags and all of that kind of stuff, I literally stripped it down to the bare bones basics of what we should be doing daily in our own journeys and on Facebook and on Instagram so that it's totally doable and you can sit down with this checklist and you can just bang it out. And there's no more like, what should I do? I don't know if I'm doing enough of this or too much of that, or I'm procrastinating, or I'll just get that done tomorrow or whatever. So that's what I was trying to post in the team page before we started, but I'm going to upload it for you afterwards. But I suck at stuff like this. So I had my assistant make a pretty little challenge tracker for us here. And then the second sheet is going to be tracking your weekly and monthly growth, because these are things that I do for myself in my business that I feel like whether you are a brand new coach or a veteran coach are really important things to be tracking and aware of. So it's like, I don't know what that quote is, but it says something like, if you can track something, you can improve upon it. But if you're not tracking the things you're doing, there's no way in hell for you to know what you need to be focusing on or doing more of or less of, or what you're, crushing. So I'm hoping that this is going to breathe some new life into this team and just be fun and exciting and really help you not only hit your monthly goals, but hit your big goals this year. Because being in this business for 4 years, I can tell you that the sum of all of these massive accomplishments that you see coaches hit are nothing more than people that are insanely consistent doing the basics and are probably doing the basics in greater numbers than other people are. So what your numbers are going to be specific to how fast you want to grow, how much time you have to put in, and what goals you want to achieve. But like I said, I made this kind of the bare bones, basic minimums, so that anybody can take it and run with it. And if you want to do more, you can have at it. So I'm just going to quickly cover what is on this, just in case there are any specific things on there that people have questions about how to do or they're confused about. Most of them people probably know, but I just want to make sure if there's questions that I can answer them. And then when we get off the call tonight, I'm going to upload this to the team page. You can print your tracker out, and every single Sunday, I'm going to post a prompt in the team page asking you to share a screenshot of your trackers. And this is going to be honesty policy because we are grown-ups, right? And nobody has any idea what you're doing except you. But typically, I can say that if you are doing this consistently, that the results are going to speak for themselves. It's like that saying that people get to celebrate publicly what they do privately. So that's kind of the focus of this, is whatever you're doing on a day-to-day basis is going to show up in your business more and more and more. So I'm going to post that in the team page every Sunday. You can post it for your accountability. And I've yet to pick what they're actually going to say, but I'm going to have shirts made for this. And I'm thinking to do it that at the end of the month, I'm going to add up everybody who's posted on those every single Sunday, put everybody's names in a jar, and I'm going to pick 5 winners to win t-shirts for the Basics Challenge. And if this goes well, then we can continue doing this the month after that, but we'll just see how it goes for March. Does that sound good? Okay. All right. So the first page is basically like it's your to-do list, like a typical Power Hour tracker. So at the top of it, you're going to be prompted to write your goals for the week and your goals for the month. Because without knowing what your goals are, your non-negotiables for that month or for that week, it's kind of hard to know, if there's something you should be doing more of. Say you have a goal to become a diamond coach by the end of the month, right? Then you know that perhaps you might be wanting to focus sharing the opportunity more than 3 times a day or 3 people to a sneak peek, because you're looking for people that want to actively coach and be a part of your team. And once they become a part of your team, it takes time to build them into Emerald coaches, right? So knowing those goals for the month ahead of time are extremely important. And then so for your daily basics, it's going to be you first. So your workout, your shake, your nutrition, hashtag meal prep, because that's really important, guys. Like if you are not on your own journey, it's so hard to be passionate about sharing this with other people. After all, we are health and fitness coaches. We, eat, sleep, and breathe personal growth, transformation, fitness, mindset, all that kind of stuff. And for you to be your best and bring your best to your business, you have to put yourself first. And if you don't, you're going to burn out or you're going to be uninspired. So that is first on the list. Personal development, either a book or a podcast. I highly suggest books. Personally, I like to sit down and highlight them. But if you are busy and on the go, check out podcasts or audiobooks. 5 new friend requests on Facebook. Does everybody know how to do that? I know we have a few new, but okay. The next thing is going to be 5 new connects on Instagram, which you're going to do by searching hashtags that are relevant to you and your brand, which if you didn't check out our team call on how to find hashtags, you should go back and watch that. But searching hashtags, like you could say hot mess mom, or Laura and I were talking like hashtag ER nurse, something like that. Search those hashtags that are relevant to you. Go through and look at the pictures of people and see who you think you'd vibe with, who you'd connect with, who looks like someone that is, somebody that would be a part of your tribe, right? You're going to like 5 of their posts. You're going to comment on one of their posts. And if you feel like it's easy enough for you to start a conversation, you can just shoot them a message. I'm going to leave that up to everybody to decide on their own, because sometimes I do and sometimes I don't. It just really depends how I feel on that specific person. The next thing is commenting, liking, or engaging on Facebook with 5 people that are new or old to your network. With, it could be somebody that's liking your posts and a, hey girl, thanks for the support on my journey. Whatever, how you want to reach out to those, but also interacting on their Facebook pages. And it literally takes you less than 2 minutes if you do this every day. But with the algorithm changes of Facebook, it is focused more on connection. And what I've noticed is that when I am interacting on other people's Facebook pages, that the interaction on my page drastically starts to go back up. Whereas days that I don't, I might get 5 likes on a post, which sucks. Right? And likes aren't everything, but you want people to be seeing your content and engaging with your content. That's why I put that on there. The next one is conversations with at least five people who have followed your stories or your posts. I personally added it into my Power Hour to go through the stories that I'm posting to Facebook and reaching out to anybody that I haven't really talked to yet, because there are a lot of new people that are following your stories. Continue on 5 older conversations, adding value. So you might invite someone to a free group. You might just say, hey girl, how are you? Just, kind of continuing on building those relationships. And that's really important. Invite 3 to 5 people to a challenge group. Does everybody feel comfortable with that? We have enough scripts in the team page that hopefully you can take those and run with it. Inviting 3 to 5 people to a coach sneak peek, since we now have 2 a month, or to the coaching opportunity. You might, have a customer that just is crushing it and you can tell they're ready, inviting them to jump into our new coach training, something like that. So 3 to 5 a day. follow up with 5 people at least. And if you're really doing these invites like they're laid out, then it's probably going to be more than 5 a day. Post 2 quality posts to Facebook and Instagram a day. Your posts may kind of overlap. You might shorten the content when it goes on Instagram. You might change the photo for Instagram if you're learning how to kind of make all your photos look in the same kind of a scheme. But I think that it takes the pressure off, because when we were new coaches and how we've trained new coaches has always been 3 to 5 posts a day, which is way too much to keep up with. It lowers the engagement, especially on Facebook. So you just want to have at least 1 quality post a day. And then 1 post about you, your life, what you're doing, what you're up to, your hobby, your kids, your family, your husband, whatever, right? That's so much easier to wrap your head around doing consistently, right? Post, and I suggest at least 9 stories, because from every coach that I've followed that rocks Instagram stories or does trainings on Instagram stories, they have all said at least 9 posts a day on Instagram stories, which if you are truly living this journey is really easy to do. You snap a picture of your pre-workout meal, you take a video clip of your workout, you post your sweaty selfie and say that you're done with your workout, you invite to a challenge group, you whatever. Like, it's really easy if that's actually what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Post a picture of your personal development book, write a poll on there. Does somebody like your t-shirt? Like, whatever. But interacting on that is huge. You get a ton of new Instagram followers, and if you are connecting with new people on there every day, you're going to start to notice that those new people start to watch and follow your stories, and there it gives you a great opportunity to connect with them. Respond to comments on all of your posts, and I put this on the tracker because I've heard some coaches say before, like, oh my God, I just have notifications all day long and it's so overwhelming to keep up, and I'm like constantly on Facebook, and this is gonna get rid of that issue if that's something you struggle with, so that when you sit down and do your power hour, you can respond to all of the comments on your Instagram and your Facebook from the day before or from that morning or whatever. Recognize a coach or a challenge group or a challenger in your group, like in your team, or publicly. I would highly recommend at least doing that 3 times a week. Recognition is huge. I don't know if you guys noticed at the beginning of this team call, shouting out new coaches, that people's faces light up when they're celebrated. I think that everybody needs to feel recognized and important and celebrated. So that's huge. Checking in to your challenge group. So liking and commenting on things that people are posting, sharing something of value, but letting people that you know that you are there and you didn't just throw them in a group and disappear. And that can be hard to keep up with. We have a ton of people in our group right now, but I personally try to lay down when I'm like getting ready to wind down and read my book at night, and just go through and like all of the posts in my challenge group. Check your Coach Online office. So sometimes you may not be looking at your Coach Online office, and you might not see that you got a return. So your account is in danger of going inactive, or you had someone cancel, and it's a good thing to reach out to them and see what's going on. You need to be, as a business owner, aware of what the heck is going on in your business. So checking, your volumes, your Success Club points, what's going on in your downline, especially when you are pushing for rank goals. I know a lot of you have goals to become diamond or star diamond coaches, and if you are not checking your Coach Online office consistently, you have to start. You have to be aware of what you need in your downline to hit those goals, and check it frequently, because a lot can happen in a week from a Thursday to a Thursday. So put that on there. And then check into the team page, because you probably see that I post 27 things a day, but they're typically important things or relevant things, or somebody else in the team page is sharing something that is of value. So checking into your team page and really engaging, because guys, this is not my team page. This is our team page. So you can share whatever you want. If you find something helpful, share that in there, add value, comment, and interact with other coaches. Like, we are a united unit. It is not me just throwing all this stuff at you. And I hope that it doesn't feel that way, but I want to encourage you to engage more in our team page and use it like it's your own, because it is. And the last thing is implement once a week at least one thing new that's going to help you in your personal journey or in your business. Because I don't know if you guys are like me, but if you're always doing PD and you're always on calls, you always have a million ideas going through your head of things you should change or things you should do or this or that. It could be like your morning routine or when you make scheduled work time or something, you know, about the basics or whatever it is. A lot of times, if we don't intentionally pick one of those things and implement them, we never implement anything, right? So intentionally choosing something that is going to help you or help your business and trying to kind of streamline that into your routine, which takes practice because we are pretty habitual people, right? And then under that, I just kind of gave you a context outline of things you should be sharing on social media that I think are important, because I don't know about you guys, but a lot of times if you don't really think about it, it can be like, what the heck should I post today, right? And I was actually thinking about coming up with like a really simple like calendar of social media calendars of like what you should post Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever. And you can kind of just use it as like a bingo reference of like, I should post about this today. But I put these on there so that you kind of have a guideline of what you can be sharing, Beachbody related, and then anything beyond that is just kind of a bonus. So share at least once a week about a transformation. This can be your transformation or a coach transformation or a challenger transformation or one of each, whatever. At least once a week, sharing something vulnerable about you, about your journey, how this business has changed your life, how this community has changed your life, how your fitness has changed your life, but something vulnerable that gives people something to connect to, right? Not so much the surface or the motivational, inspiring post, but something human that people can latch onto and see that this is possible for them too. One time a week, sharing a coach success story. So whether that's something about your coaching journey or someone else on your team. Once a week, sharing what you're up to as a coach and why you love it. So it could be as simple as taking a screenshot of this team call and sharing about it. Or what you're doing when you're sitting down to work your business, right? 2 times a week, share about your workouts, what you're doing with your workout, a workout move, a workout clip, why you love at-home workouts. And there's like such a broad range of things in these topics, but they're all important to talk about. Share about nutrition. So that could encompass meal prep, time nutrition, a meal that you made for your family, something that your kids enjoyed, daily sunshine, Shakeology. Nutrition can encompass all of that, but sharing about it twice a week. Twice a week, sharing about your mindset or your personal growth. So I think that it's important for us to paint a picture that we are people that are on personal growth journeys, that it is something that we're interested in, because I think that a lot of people think that they're just set with the mindset that they're in, that they're negative or they're procrastinators or they're whatever. And I think that it's very important that we paint the picture that it is possible for people to change their mindsets and the way they think about anything in their lives, right? So sharing a nugget that was impactful for you, or why something stuck out to you in the book you're reading. Because if it helps you, it's probably going to help somebody else too. Daily, once a day, the second post of your day can be anything about who you are, your family, your faith, your hobbies, something funny, engaging, adding value, something non-Beachbody related. And then we have down here on the bottom of the second sheet, we have these 2 categories here. And that is going to be weekly. You're going to track your Success Club points, your new coaches, your new customers, and I put in parentheses to reflect on how this correlates with your connections, invites, follow-ups, etc. Because like Kelly said at the beginning of this call, it is a numbers game. And I can tell you that the months that I've had that I've helped the most people, it is directly correlated to the amount of invites that I was doing in those month periods. And sometimes you have a weird off month, but they do go hand in hand. So I want you to become aware of like what you're going for when you sit down, because you want to hit a certain goal, if that makes sense.
Dana?
Yeah.
The other thing that I also notice is the months that I have my biggest SC is also the months that I have my most no's.
Yep.
So I feel like you have to be comfortable with those no's, but you're knowing that you're getting a lot of them means you're doing a lot of invitations. So that's a good thing that you're getting.
And it also means that you have some rock solid relationships to build and follow-ups to do, and those often lead to really awesome months too.
Yes, very true.
Yep. So the next thing is getting on a weekly team call. Should be tracking. Is that something you're doing? Which you are. So check for you. Listening to the national wake up call, whether it is listening live or listening to the replay, and they're on Zoom calls now that they post videos, which is really cool. So those are super helpful. They give incredible information. That is a really great place, aside from team calls, to take one nugget, like I said, and implement that into your business. And then monthly, you're going to start tracking what is your volumes. So your left leg, your right leg, and your team volume. Those are really important. It doesn't even matter if you don't know what the hell that means right now. It's just something to be aware of, to start tracking, because that directly is reflected by your success club, in which, you know, not just your success club, but your volume growth, and that affects your income, right? So you need to just start tracking that, even if you don't yet know what it means. And if you don't, you should go search on YouTube for the Team Beachbody videos on cycle bonuses and volume, because they're super simple and super helpful to help you understand. What is your income monthly? And I say to track this monthly because it varies greatly depending on the week, especially when you're a newer coach, and it can feel really defeating if you get a check that's like $250 and then the next week you get a check that's $60, right? Because in the beginning, as a new coach, the majority of your income is coming from commissions until you become an emerald or diamond or above, and you start earning volumes and cycle bonuses for residual income, right? So tracking your income monthly is a way better way for you to see the growth happening over time. What is your current rank? How many active coaches do you have? And out of those active coaches, how many are hitting Success Club? I'm putting this on there simply because if you are sticking in for the long haul, that is something that is really, really important to know for any larger goals that you're going to hit with team growth, with elite, with premier, and just in growing a larger organization of teams. So I put that on there. And then where are you on the leadership ladder? And if you don't know what the heck the leadership ladder is, I announce it at the beginning of the month, every month, the people that are on it. But it was not around when I was a new coach, and it is a great tool. It is in your Coach Online office under tools and trainings, and then leadership ladder. But it gives you benchmarks monthly to aim for, to really overall grow your business. So, you know, Success Club is only one area of your business that you want to focus on growth, right? It is an important benchmark, but it is not the only thing that you want to focus on if you really want to grow a successful business, whether that is part-time or full-time, right? So the leadership ladder covers things like Success Club, your week leg volume, your personally sponsored coaches hitting Success Club, your rank, your income. So check that out, see where you are on the leadership ladder, see what rungs you need to grow to move your business forward. And that's a really great focus to have. And then the last thing is, are you aligned with your yearly goals? I think that it's really, really important at the end of every month to ask yourself and remind yourself what your bigger vision is, what your bigger goals are, and if the month past helped you align with achieving those bigger goals, because when we are at the beginning of a month or beginning of a year like this, it seems like December is forever away and we have all year to get things together and move that direction, right? But bigger goals, guys, they take time. They take consistency. They take focus. They take refining. They take developing skills. They take intention. They take reflection. And they take implementing new things when you reflect and see, this is working for me. This is not. This is what I can change. This is what I can do better with my team. This is what I can whatever, right? But reflecting on if you are aligned with those bigger goals for yourself monthly is really important. And then I left the bottom blank for your own personal reflections. If there's things that you think you want to work on, whether it be family, business, focus, whatever, but that's open for that. So I think that I covered everything important. I looked over it like 30 times to see if I felt like I was missing anything. So if you have any suggestions of things that should have been on there, let me know. But I'm going to post this to the team page and you can go print it out. I would suggest just printing out 4 of this first sheet so that you have it for the entire month. And then this second sheet is actually, it says week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just in case. So like it covers the whole month. So you don't necessarily need 4 of that second sheet, if that makes sense. So I hope that this is helpful. Does anybody have questions? Does everybody look so excited?
No, I'm super excited about this. I feel like this is what I need, and I feel like it's what my team needs right now. It should be awesome.
I feel like it's something we all need all of the time. For real. We get away from it too easily, or things get pushed off, or it just feels like a struggle. And I know for me, I function extremely well when I have to-do lists that are like prioritized to-do lists. And when I don't have to-do lists, I'm like a squirrel brain, and I will sit there and I will scroll and I'll be like, I'm going to go look at the laundry. I'm going to go do whatever. I'm going to go pay for my kids' school lunch. Like, I have to have something in front of me that is like, sit down and do this. So I can sit down and I can focus, I can bang it out, and you feel so good when you're done, and it's going to continue to motivate you to do it more, because once you start to see the outcome compounding from doing that consistently, then it's a lot easier to keep up with it, right? So
I agree with you, Dana. I'm exactly the same way. I'm pretty excited about this. I have a random question that I posted in the comments. I don't know if anyone saw. When you're adding to your network, so you're just adding people on Facebook, adding people on Instagram. Are we counting the number of people you add? Are we counting the number of people who accept?
I personally don't track who accepts and who doesn't accept my friend request on Facebook, because that for me is just a waste of time.
Right. That's what I feel like too.
But I do think that you should go into your sent requests from time to time, and you should delete ones that aren't resent. And if there's somebody that you're like, damn it, I really want to be friends with this person, like unsend it and resend it. Because sometimes people just don't see it or they don't pay attention,
Okay.
And
it was always a burning question. I was like, how are we counting that? Okay, great. Thanks.
I just think it matters more that you are doing the intentional connecting. You know what I mean? Because otherwise 2 weeks can go by and you're like, oh my God, I haven't added anybody new to my network. And if you're not really actively doing that, then a lot of times you feel like you run out of people to talk to. Like, I have a lot of coaches that maybe like have, kind of been sitting back a little bit for a few months, and then they're like, I have nobody to invite. I have nobody to talk to. I have nobody in my free groups. I have nobody, whatever. And I'm like, you gotta stay active with adding new people so that you have new people to, build relationships with and chat with and connect with. So
I think Instagram is definitely opening a lot more doors to making those new connections. So that's definitely the route. I've been finding it easier to make those.
Yeah. And I think that the sweet spot of that is making sure that you comment, like, and engage on other people's things so that they follow you back. Because just posting pictures with hashtags alone, really only does so much.
Right.
Because I love Instagram. I even before like Instagram became a thing in our world, like a big thing, I used to just watch people's Instagram stories at night. Like I love knowing what the hell other people are up to. I'm like, oh my God, that cupcake looks friggin' awesome. Oh my God, those workout pants. Like I need those. Like I like knowing what people are up to, right? I think that's like a natural curiosity we have as humans. But I also was never someone that searched hashtags and like went and followed people or commented on things. I never did that. I don't know about you guys, but like I never did that. So I'm kind of like, we do have to do the work of like finding people to connect with too, you know?
And it's finding the right hashtags that aren't flooded already with a ton of other Beachbody coaches. Yep. So it's really important what you said earlier about finding common interests that are not related really to the health journey at all. Right.
Well, some can be, because lately I've been connecting with a lot of girls that are like gym junkies, like
oh, nice,
fit moms. Yeah, but okay. I mean, they are like fitness related hashtags. And I feel like I haven't yet learned how to bridge the gap between like, okay, so you're already like fit and you work out in a gym, like this is why you need Beachbody. But I'll get there.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, I know.
I have a question.
Yeah.
As far as like the Instagram stories go, I don't know what I was watching the other day, but somebody was talking about how like people who don't follow you can see your stories.
Yep.
I feel like I just went through some of mine yesterday and made a list of like some people that were following them, I guess, but I don't have a whole lot of them. And so I guess like my question is, how do you get more people to do that?
You
like
hashtag and you check in places. So okay. using hashtags in your post is going to bump that up into the hashtag for that story. Okay. And also tagging locations. Now that one's kind of a sketch one. There was a discussion in the roundtable about it the other day that someone lives in a small town and she's like, I don't really want to like tag where I live. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't know if I want to do that either, even though I have. Because if you do live in a really small place, like you are literally telling people where you're at, you know what I mean? Which some people are creeped out by that, some are not. I don't know. For me, being a single mom, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to do anything that makes me a target. So, but like tagging locations that are near you, like bigger cities or places that you might go, or restaurants you like to eat at or whatever, because then your story is going to show up in the story for that location. For example, Declan and I just went last weekend to Legoland, and when I tag in Legoland for that, it shows up in the Legoland story so that anybody that's checking out Legoland is seeing that in their feed. And that's how you can get people watching your stories. If that makes sense.
I noticed in one of Annalise's stories, like, I don't know, maybe today or yesterday, her workout stuff, she just started tagging random locations like the UK.
Yep.
Like other things. I just noticed them in the corner. I was like, oh, maybe that's how you do it.
You know what I do is I tag the location and then I make it super tiny and small, and then I double tap it so it turns it gray and you can barely even see it in your photo because it still will show there, but it's not like I'm like, hey, I'm totally in Florida, but I'm really in the United Kingdom, you know. So, I can't be in two places at once. We don't have time machines yet. Any other questions? Brianna, I like your hat. I wish I lived in a place where I could actually wear stuff like that. I would totally be a snow bunny. Alrighty. If nobody has questions, I'm going to go figure out how to actually upload this to that. And if you want to, there is definitely room on the bottom that if you have specific stuff, like if you're in that getting obsessed with diamond training or something, you know, like you could put whatever's relevant on there for you extra to make sure that you're getting to it. And I think I'm going to do a poll of the names of what we're going to actually put on the t-shirts that I make for this, because I want you guys to have a say, because I'm totally kind of like a little ghetto with my thought processes for things sometimes. So we're going to post the options of what we're going to put on t-shirts, and majority wins. So if you love graphic t-shirts and you want to be rocking one from this challenge and you plan to partake in it, make sure you comment on the poll. All right, ladies. I will see you next week. And next week, just so you know, if you are a coach that works full-time or part-time, but you're also coaching, or you have coaches that are like that, I asked Alicia Barr from Aspire Nation to come on and talk to our team next week about how she manages running her business while she's a full-time teacher and a mom of two, and just how she's rocking out her business and hitting Success Club consistently. So that should be awesome too. So I'll see you ladies next week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.